So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers out there and around the globe. And thank you for joining us once again for another series of intimate conversations. And today's guest and chat is with Greg Villers. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. And this one's going to be a little wee bit different because Greg's going to take everyone through a bit of an experiential processes and activations, might be called. Anyway, I'll let Greg explain those when he's going into them at the point that he will be. And other than that, we're going to have a bit of a chat. But first of all, I will just introduce Greg with his bio that he has given me. So Greg has been involved in the areas of spirituality and holistic health since 1979. He works with a process called Transformational Healing, which encapsulates, the many areas he has experienced in the spiritual health and healing fields during this time. His work is designed to help people to connect with their true essence at the level of pure love and to begin to live as the highest expression of who they are. Working with Greg leaves people feeling lighter, brighter, clearer, and more at peace as what no longer serves them drops away as they access their own connection to Source. Greg's work revolves around pure love and embodies his belief that love is the answer, love is the way. So in this chat, as I was saying, there's going to be an experiential processes that Greg's going to take you all through, or us all through. So one involving processes that will help you to access deeper levels of your own source connection as pure love, as well as a simple process to take you into a deep state of peace and stillness, which can be utilized at any time of night or day. Also, Greg will be sharing simple but effective exercises to help balance your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, bringing everything into alignment, connecting into nature's new earth body. To ensure you have the means to achieve a balanced, healthy state of health and well-being as you navigate these intensely changing times and challenging times. Problem crushing exercise. He will also take you through that. You will feel more in your body, yet more expanded during this event. And coming together in love, we create an unstoppable wave of light, sweeping across our planet, purifying all that is not of love. We live our purpose as embodiments of love in the transformation of the reality for ourselves and future generations. We are the light of the world, beginning to shine ever brighter, exposing the darkness and transmuting it. We are that powerful as we remember the love that we exist as and live as, the one that radiates ever more brightly, moment by moment. So true, Greg. Absolutely. We are these beautiful, amazing beings that are here transmuting so much of this darkness, and necessary for some of it to stay, for some that need it still, and require that. But for those of us who have traversed this for many, many years, we have come to a point where, knowing that we were way showers and leaders in this path, and we've sort of come to a place where that's not affecting us as much, is it?
No, we're the ones that are creating the change, that are forcing the darkness into the light, being exposed for what it is, to help people wake up. And as we're one step ahead of the game each time. So our energies, particularly when you're working consciously and connecting with nature and being grounded and expanded, then we are aware of these things, but we're in it, but not of it. And as they say to people, you simply come from a place of, isn't that interesting? This is what's happening. Isn't that interesting? I'm feeling really scared at the moment. You're just having an experience of feeling really scared. It's just an experience. Keep moving through it. And it shifts. So it's like, we are incredibly powerful beings. And it's like, as we're losing the grip of the mind, the programmed mind and start connecting into the universal mind, then it just becomes an effortless flow of experiencing ourselves more and more, as
It
we're
does.
still experiencing all the stuff that we're having to deal with to empty ourselves out to fill with more light. So it's just a process, and it's like, as I say to people, life is a series of moment by moment choices, and to
It
not
is.
choose is still just a choice, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
absolutely it
make
is.
the choices that support our well-being and
Mm,
our
mm.
evolvement. So, yeah. So
Exactly that, and I've been feeling, the about the Great Awakening. Everyone talks about the Great Awakening and that we're coming to know ourselves more, and that's what it is. Waking up to ourselves. But for me, I feel we've all been doing that for a very long time, and I don't feel that's what the big awakening is. I feel the big awakening was that we realized over these last few years that we were actually co-creating together and we were creative beings,
mm,
and that also then made choice. People realize, and I feel the big awakening is that they're realizing they actually have choice in their creatorship.
exactly.
And like you say, everything is a choice. Somebody said to me the other day about my birthday, oh yes, just allowing it to be whatever it's meant to be. And I said, well, I got off that call and I sort of sat with that and I thought, well, it's my choice. I'm choosing today to do nothing. you know, I'm choosing that. So yeah,
Mm.
it is a choice, and we tend to hand that away a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's time now. And whenever I wish somebody happy birthday, I always say this world became a better place than the day you were born, and
Yeah,
that's the truth.
yeah, it is.
Without each of us here, the world would not be such a good place. And I'm not good; it's going through some pretty
Yeah.
crappy times. But
Yeah,
without
but
us
we
here, uh,
we've made huge change, like actual, and it is time to celebrate that. I feel there's more willing and wanting joy now.
yeah,
You know, us, for example, we're looking more at the joy life instead of the struggle life now, aren't we? It's
exactly.
just not part of us anymore. That's what I'm finding.
Unless you slip back into that, and there's that distinction of the timelines playing out now,
Yeah.
all that we've been through with all that injectable nonsense, and what that would reveal to the world, what was really going on,
Mm,
and the importance of saying no to what we know is wrong. And so many people went along with that for whatever reasons, and there's no
yeah.
judgment on that, but that was a choice.
Mm,
You say no to what you know is wrong, then you're aligning with a timeline that is ushering in a whole new way of being. We have to say no to what is wrong and have to say yes to creating what we desire. This is our creation, working harmoniously with nature and bringing the best of ourselves into the world.
exactly. And and with that choice, I think there were definitely points in our life prior to this that were, it was already prearranged in many ways. Like we needed to meet that person because that person was going to play out this for us and we were healing this. So there was so much of that was like, oh God, not this again, where you just continually kept replaying, but also having those very special people that came along to play those parts out. Now when I look into this, I feel we're so much in this new creation now. We don't have that program set anymore. We've done all that. That's now moved on, and we can now actually choose to create differently and new things in it. And that's why we are looking at this new world that we're looking at, and what's being talked about is the new world. It's because we're making better choices. We're creating differently.
And which brings us back to our frequency, and everything is frequency. And
Exactly.
working with the pure love frequency, you're always going to be attracting the people who are vibrating at that level. And
Mm,
often, many people that have been in our lives fall away because they're no longer.
in that frequency.
Yeah, that's okay, and
Mm, it
it's
is.
what it is. It's just, isn't that
Yeah,
interesting?
it's very interesting. And Greg, Just to talk about you for a moment, were you an aware, consciously aware child? Like I was born aware. I knew what I came in here to do this lifetime. And it was a bit painful having to wait till I could do that, not knowing how I was going to. But yeah, what about you? How were you?
No, I wasn't, but I do have an awareness of at primary school writing a story about me from a past life perspective. Uh,
Mm,
it's the most natural thing in the world, and the teacher basically rubbishing it and saying that you know it doesn't happen, and it's like whoop, shut down.
yeah,
And and I shut down. The school experience wasn't pleasant. And on the first day at school, I was bullied and left my body. I didn't want to be there, so it's not
yeah.
pleasant. Um, so no, it was a developmental thing that came through as much as anything through my connection with martial arts, um, which I've got quite a history with that. And I remember also at primary school, I was bullied. And one day we had to do a presentation to the class on anything we wanted. And I'd recently been given a book on judo by my elder brother's mate. So I was studying up with that, and I grabbed one of the kids in the class, got the school match, tossed him over my head, poor bugger. And from that moment on, the bullies in the class were like, "Who's the man?" And it's like, and on reflection, that taught me something. You have to command respect.
You
Bullies
do.
always looking for victims who are, they can put down to build themselves up. But it's
Yeah.
a way of commanding respect. And martial arts is a really powerful way for me to do that. And as I moved into my teenage years, I got um, more in depth with that.
Mm,
But that also led me into more working with energy. Like I had the experience with judo, and I trained in that as a kid. But then in my later teenage years, I got into Kyokushinkai karate. Got incredibly fit and training up from a black belt, fittest I've ever been. And that's when the most significant event in my life happened. And I was working
mm.
with racehorses at that time, training racehorses with my brother on our farm in Hamilton, breaking horses in. And I led this big chestnut colt out one morning and woke up in hospital a week later. And he'd obviously kicked me in the head, fractured my skull, left
Oh,
me in a
wow.
for a week. That was a life-changing event. And a couple of things came out of that. The fact that I was so fit really supported my well-being, but it also left me with epilepsy, which I had for
Okay. Yeah.
15 years, and that really sucked. That was but it was also part of leaving the body. That's to do with epilepsy, not wanting to be here. But it did really kick me into my healing journey and my spiritual journey of discovering who I am. Um, and I went on, I trained in many different martial arts, different forms of karate, Wing Chun, Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Bakwa, Aikido. Yeah, and as I got more into the Chinese internal arts, it brought me more in touch with the Chi energy, more in touch with the spiritual side, um, and was introduced to some amazing people who became my mentors. One beautiful lady, Margaret Nisbet. She had a healing practice in her own modality of working with aromatherapy, polarity, reflexology, different forms of massage.
Yeah.
And yeah, she became a mentor to me and really helped me stimulate my interest in those fields. Uh,
Yeah. It's great when you find, there's, I mean, in our time, Greg, we didn't have Google. We couldn't just go online to find stuff out. We had to search it. We had to actually almost wait for it to turn up sometimes. And I know I searched libraries for self-help books and,
mm,
astral travel, and there were only very few books around that at that time for me. So it was a little difficult finding people. And there was only one medium that I heard of that lived an hour away from where I lived, and she was a very busy lady. But she was the only person I knew of that
Yeah.
had any inkling, you know, from what I knew of myself.
Mm.
So yeah, so it was a slower process then, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that certainly had its benefits too, because it was a more
Yeah.
relaxed, the pressure of today's, and like I just
Mm,
then on books. The first spiritual book I ever read was The Third Eye by Lob Singh Rampa. I don't know if
yeah.
you've read that book, but
No, I haven't.
that was just at a party one day, and this young woman said, "Oh, have you read this?" And it's like, you just instantly, wow, it
Yeah.
triggers something, and that's the universe introducing you to the next step on your.
Mm,
The
great,
epilepsy,
eh?
yeah, the epilepsy was a huge factor in through my 20s. But one of the things that introduced me to another beautiful lady, Mamie Ray, she became like my spiritual grandmother, and
Mm.
she had a spiritual group, and she used to channel a beautiful being called Yakum. And I was part of that group, and got me into the channeling. And we got into doing what was called rescues based on a book called Bringers of the Dawn.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I think that was the name of it. And we'd be introduced to people who are going through some major trauma on death's door, etc., etc. And we'd tune in, would find that there was an entity with them. And in the group, I'd bring the entities in me, through me, to be dealt with by Mamie and the others in the group.
Mm.
And that was a really incredible experience to go through, because it showed, like, I've took that on and really felt it. But when confronted with the power of the light that was clearing
Yes.
it, it's like didn't have
Yeah.
it. But I learned a lot from
Exactly.
that. And
Beautiful. I went and did a Tai Chi class years ago, and I got a little bit, I'm so impatient. I just wanted to be able to do it all right then, you know, and not have to do these step by step bits. But the guy that owned the whole setup, he was a karate teacher and Tai Chi instructor. And he was mastered. Oh my goodness me. He was the one that really came like showing me mastery, you know, when you actually really hone it energetically. Oh my God, he was only a little short fella, but he was stocky-ish, but he was amazing. And he came in on one of our Tai Chi classes, and we were all in our rows, you know, following the instructor up the front, trying to. Honestly, I don't know, some parts of me are really, my, you know, friends might call me blonde, but you know what? It's like, why can't I get that? It looks so simple. Anyway, he came in and he came down the center aisle of our rows, right? The center. And he got to my row, and I was like one in or two. I might have been on that end. Well, I think it was the second one in. He moved myself. He moved me. His energy was so solid that when he stepped into that row, he moved me over. It was like hitting a wall. He was so solid. And I just, that blew me away. And I thought, oh my God, this guy has really mastered this. He's energetically, he knew what energy was about and how to use it, what to do with it. I loved that.
yeah, it's an incredible experience when you come in contact with
Yeah.
his training in San Francisco, and Tai Chi and Aikido. I trained at the San Francisco School of Aikido, and we had like fourth dans, knee dan, second dan, black belts, etc.
Yeah.
You saw some of the things, people being thrown the height of the ceiling, and it's just so effortless with
Yeah.
the energy. And I was really blessed. I trained with a Chinese master. I lived in Chinatown, and this was a man who was born paralyzed and was taken to a Tai Chi master and healed. And I used to have one-on-one training with him every morning,
Mm.
church basement, and just incredible, but also very grounded as well, very
Yeah.
practical. sitting there reading the daily racing form with his mates, drinking, and I'd be going through the movements. He'd be showing me, and I think you're not even watching. But as soon as I did one thing wrong,
Yeah.
the,
Eyes everywhere.
oh, yeah, the
Mm,
power that's generated from those beings is
yeah,
incredible. So
it is totally incredible. So how was your parents, Greg? Like they never spoke about anything connecting to spirit or anything like that.
yeah,
So
I recall I was very blessed with two beautiful parents. I believe my father was involved in colour healing at one point in his life, but
wow.
the man that trained him turned out to be a bit of a fraud and it disillusioned Dad. So
Ah,
it was a shame because he was a very, very caring, very intelligent, compassionate man. And
right.
the main lesson my father always taught me was always do the right thing,
Mm,
and that stood with me. And
yeah,
don't always get it right, but always try and do that. Do the right thing, and you know what the right thing is in any moment.
absolutely, you do. Yeah,
Sometimes it
yeah.
takes courage to do that, but do it anyway.
Mm. Wow. So color healing, yeah, that was a thing too, wasn't it? Still is a wee bit, I think, around some
I
people,
used to
but
go to a guy, Ned Brown, in Cambridge, and you'd sit in the room
yes,
and you'd have the copper coils and the coloured wool, and you'd put the bands around you. And
yeah.
we used to use the colour healing and on the horses as well, the race horses. But yeah, no, that was yeah,
There's so many people went to that man. He was brilliant.
yeah.
Mm. So then what, Greg? Like, how did you start sort of that life-changing event, and then what from there?
Well, it got me into, like, I continued to work with racehorses for a little while longer, but well, I was affected. It took me a good 12 months to start recovering from the
True. Yeah.
brain injury. I actually got into photography after that and became a professional photographer, and working with racehorses as well, photographing them. But the martial arts and working with Margaret was leading me into deeper exploration of the healing, and working with Mamie, my spiritual
Yeah.
grandmother. Got me more into getting into the healing field and applying that, mainly through massage. And I do
Hmm.
many different massage modalities in reflexology, but then expanding on that as well, incorporating the spiritual processes, and yeah, just the exploration of different modalities, trying things, find something better, apply that, drop
Yeah.
that off, and just expanding more and more. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, I was continuing to do a lot of extra training and different modalities, deepen my awareness, and polarity therapy, which I really love.
Yeah.
Pranic healing, yeah, just well, forms of energy healing. Um, and the other thing that I got involved with was through clearing the entities in our group. It actually got me into doing land and house clearings. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
uh, yeah, that's been a big part of my work over the years, and
Mm.
it's really evolved to a point now where I do them all over the world, and I don't do any clearings of land or houses in person. I just get photos of and all the relevant details, just so I can get the energetic signature of that place, and
Yeah.
then work from my clinic and with the processes that I use. And yeah, that's amazing to see the clearing and the feedback afterwards from people when that's
Great, eh? Yeah.
wonderful.
Mm.
So
I know. I do the same thing, and I get asked for, you know, assist people in healing and energy work and stuff around the world as well. And a lady in London actually saw me standing in her lounge working on her daughter.
beautiful.
And she knew I'd been, when I got back to her and said, look, I've done, she said, I saw you and you were doing this and you were doing that. No, I was just so stoked. It was like, yeah, because you feel yourself there, like you actually are there. But to somebody to see you, that happened a couple of times actually, another girl in Rotorua, I'm up Northland. So yeah, it was interesting. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good fun.
Yeah. Also, during that time, I was training in counselling as well, and got into the caring field, worked as a nurse aide and for a nursing bureau. I've had quite a varied life, many practical things.
Yeah.
Sales field, as a new car salesperson for a while. Didn't really enjoy that, but got a free ticket.
No, not really your bag.
No, but counselling I really enjoyed, and apply those principles, and had the
Yeah.
opportunity to train with some incredible people as well, and trained with an amazing man, Dr. John Whitman Ray, who's body electronics, which he'll be familiar to many people in this field. And John was an incredible man, and the point holding. And interesting, I did as part of the point holding, where you put your fingers on different points in the body, and when you're holding the points on the person you're working on, it was like your finger was on fire and someone was sticking a needle in your finger, but you held it there until whatever needed to shift.
Yeah.
And one night in the group point holding, my partner at the time was holding the points, and I re-experienced every seizure I'd ever had in my lifetime.
Wow.
Went through them all with just clearing it all out of my system, all of that energy out of my system, so I could do all of that. And
that's big. Like, you know, I think, you know, we as these way showers here today, you know, we've been many lifetimes experiencing different things, but we're very old soul. And when I was heading through a lot of my old trauma stuff and, you know, cellular work, going back in and dealing with something here today, and then one night out on the porch, nature actually came and wrapped me. And I was working through some abuse stuff, physical abuse, you know, mental, all the thing. and and it was like all of the tree, everything just came in and wrapped around me. This immense love that came was just incredible. I'd never had that feeling before. I've felt it slight, but this was big. And then all of a sudden it was like have all these film clips just moving through one after the other, like hundreds of them, basically, it felt like. And all of the times that I had experienced all of that type of abuse before. And it was huge. It was huge. But the love, oh my God, I cried. I couldn't, wasn't the tragedy of all the trauma. It was the love that came in from nature, from her. Oh my God, it was beautiful. So yeah, we have some very deeply entrenched stuff, that triggers. And a lot of people have the fibromyalgia is quite often a resistance to being here, and they're just out of their body more that they're in it. And there was a trauma that happened very early in our life, which is often how it is with many anyway. But in that case, with those, it's that just goes, yeah, that's why I didn't want to come in. So it actually, you know, clarifies, yep, that's why I'm not wanting to be here, and out of body more.
The main point, though, is that we're here to be here, to be present here. And part of work I do, I work with the Oracle Wheel process at the moment, which you may be familiar with, which is beautiful. And one of the things that Jacqueline talks about is I command my internal environment to come more deeply in line with my own source connection. And so you're bringing that energy through consciously, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And whatever you're going through is just an observation of what's leaving you.
Yes.
We tend to, oh my God, and then if you go into, oh, what do I need to fix? It's just like, let it go. It's irrelevant now. Let's leave, breathe into it. Just be in that. Isn't that interesting frame of mind? This is coming up for me. Breathe. And no matter what's happening, it will shift, it will move. Nothing lasts forever, good or bad, as Mamie used to constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. It's so good though. I love that we've come into this life knowing how to do it this time, getting how we do it, you know, because man, when I was in my earlier years, you know, it was this, you know, beam me up, Scotty, I've had enough. Why are we even doing this again? Like, actually, I was so like, wow, this is it. And it was that time in there where it just surrendering in, actually angry though, and saying, you know, this is shite. Just give me something. Like, we need tools to be able to shift this.
Mm.
And then the cellular memory stuff dropped in, and then that was me. I was away, and seeing how it all, really getting how it all works, what we've been going through, the bigger picture of the whole thing, was like, oh wow, high five, we're here doing this. Let's get on, you know. Yay, we've got the idea, we've got the picture, we know what we're up to, and let's just get on and do it now, you know. I love that. I love that we've got that.
Like everything we need is within us, and that's
Mm,
coming online more and more now, particularly when you're coming more into embodiment and just being okay with, well, okay, my life's shit at the moment. I'm going through some really tough times, but it's just like, well, just breathe into it, move.
yeah, yeah,
In fact, the importance of, because the frequency of the energy that's coming in of pure love is so powerful, the body's taking a little bit of adjusting to that. So it's so important to move, to activate your body, to really, you know, use your breath, connect with nature,
yes.
but don't be stagnant. It's just, life is a flow, you know, the energy, pure love, it's a flow, it's a dance. So dance, you know, just
Yeah, beautiful, eh?
work the points through your body, just really get things flying, particularly
Mm,
when you're stuck, you know. And so many people are experiencing or have experienced depression, including me. And depression is stuck energy.
Feels stuck, yeah.
Got to move. Yeah, but I can't move. Do something. Move your little finger. That's a start.
Mm,
Hand. Do something. You know, it's just like breathe and get things flowing. Reach out
yeah,
for help. And some of the processes I'm going to share with you today will be really supportive of that as well.
yeah. Beautiful, Greg. So shall we do that then? I'm just going to put it on speaker view so that you're the one that's on screen.
Okay.
and I'll hand it over to you.
Okay. So the first process I'm going to show is one came through from the Institute of Heart Maths in America. It's a heart breath process, and I've been working with this for years. It is so simple. It is so effective. And yeah, and all you're going to do is just place your hand on your heart center, in the center of your chest, and just closing your eyes, just dropping into breath awareness, breathing in through the nose, and on the out breath through the nose, just sending that heart energy down through your legs and feet into the earth. And then repeating that, breathing in through the nose. And on the out breath, just feel your body relaxing. Breathing in through the nose. Relaxing on the out breath. Breathing in through the nose. Relax on the out breath. One more time. Breathing in through the nose. And relax on the out breath. Now, the next part, as you breathe in through your nose, you're just breathing in ease as in easy, ease, love, and compassion, and just a gentle, natural out breath and relaxing. So breathing in ease, love, and compassion, and relaxing on the out breath. Breathing in ease, love, and compassion, and relaxing. Just continuing to do that each time, breathing in consciously, ease, love, and compassion, relaxing on the out breath, and just allowing your body to unwind, everything just to soften, letting go, feeling your body relax. And what they discovered in quantum physics is the energy field of the heart is something like 5,000 times more powerful than that of the brain. And the brain takes its initial cues from the energy of the heart. It's also the repository where we connect in deeply to our own source energy. So just doing this process, do it 3, 4, 5 times a day, anytime you're feeling stressed. If you continue to do this for 30, 33 days, you'll find the way you think changes. The stress thinking tends to dissipate. And once you've done it sufficiently, when you put your hand on the heart center, your body automatically relaxes and just lets go. Just feeling that peace. Good to do if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're feeling a bit stressed. Put your hand there. You're just breathing in through the nose, out through the nose for 6 breaths. And breathing in ease, love, and compassion. And you can add in anything you're wanting to experience. If you're lacking in confidence, you can breathe in confidence. Your creation. Just notice how your body's feeling. And when you're ready, you can drop your hand and just relax. How's that feeling?
Beautiful.
So simple, but
yeah.
it's so effective. And as I say, if you commit to doing that for, say, 33 days, which is a good number, you're actually rewiring the brain. You're reprogramming how you're doing it. And then it's just, you put your hand there and your body goes, oh, yeah. Relax.
It is around here that I can feel this, not spinning, but lightness, definitely. Sort of like a whirling.
Yeah, well, it's movement,
You
which
know,
is,
it's movement.
Yeah, and the spiral is the nature of nature. You know,
Yeah.
thing. So, I'd like to show you a technique which I've developed in the last week, and inspired by watching something online, and then thought, well, I can do that in a different way. And it's really simple, and I call it the problem crusher. Now, what you're going to do, and again, it's working with your hands. In a moment, you're going to imagine whatever problem, whatever's going on with you, imagine it like 2 stones in the palms of your hand, and you're going to squeeze them. And we're going to be focusing for 1 minute on, when I say, on squeezing as tight as you can. But this is important. You're not tensing your whole body. You're focusing that intensity just in the fists. And as you do that and you hold your awareness on that, on what is being crushed, you know, it's just like physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, it's just there. You're crushing it, you're crushing it, you're crushing it. So I'm going to time it for 1 minute and relax the shoulders, relax the neck, placing those stones containing whatever's worrying you in your palms of your hand. And now squeeze. Close your eyes and squeeze as tight as you can. Relax your shoulders. Squeeze those fingers tight like you're crushing rocks. Crushing them, holding your focus on that. The mind wanders, bring it back to the what's in your hands, just being squeezed so tightly. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Holding your focus. It's only 1 minute. It takes you only 30 seconds. Now hold your focus. Squeeze tighter, tighter, tighter. Squeezing. Squeezing. Crushing that. Crushing it. Crushing it. 10 more seconds. Tighter. Relax the shoulders. Squeeze the hands. And now let go. Relax. And just feel the spaciousness. You haven't solved the problem, but you've cleared the energy around it, which is creating space for the answer to that to come to you. And there's just this expansive peace, stillness. And there's no problem you have that there isn't an answer to. How's that feeling?
Beautiful. That's good. Except my fingernails were digging into my
Minor point, which I omitted. Cut your fingernails.
yeah, true. uh, it's good though. I can feel that. I can see how that would work. Like, as in it does work. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an inspired moment that came through, and it's just like the thing I noticed when I did it, and as soon as I let go, the space that was created,
Mm,
and it's just like, well, the problems are a construct of the mind anyway. And
yeah.
focus that, you give it something to focus on, and you intensify that, then you take it to a point where when you let it go, it's just like, oh, and then perspective. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, good one to
Yeah.
practice. Yeah,
Great stuff.
that's good. So next,
Yeah.
to take us all through a process where we connect into the deeper levels of who we are, into our own source connection. And I'll be leading you through the whole thing. You can't do anything wrong. So just relaxing, eyes closed. Bring your awareness into your heart center. And just imagine yourself now dropping into the heart like you're dropping into the void, into space. You're letting go as you drop into the stillness. If your mind wanders, just bring it back into the stillness, listening into the silence. And as you listen into the silence, it's like you're tuning into a radio station, playing your song. And each of us has a vibrational frequency that no one else has. No, it's part of the whole, the source of pure love. It's individual to us. And as you hold your awareness on that frequency, whether you can hear anything or not doesn't matter. Your focus has dialed you in. And as you go deeper into the stillness and the silence, resonating with your own sound, becoming aware of a beautiful gold and white flame of light. And this is your flame. And you just feel yourself drawn into that flame of light. And you're part of that light. That light is part of you. And as you connect into the light, you remember, I am the light. And as the light, you get to command your light. And you command, let there be light. Let there be light now flowing into your physical body. Let there be light flowing into your brain. And everything the light touches is upgrading. It's transmuting anything that's no longer relevant or that's blocking the flow of you embodying pure love. Let there be light flowing through your spine, through your entire neurological system. Everything just unwinding, letting go, purifying. Let there be light flowing into your eyes, your sense of sight, your nose, your sense of smell, your mouth, your sense of taste, your ears, your sense of hearing, your skin, your tactile sense. Just relaxing. Let there be light flowing through your nasal passages, through your throat, trachea, larynx, into your lungs, pulmonary system. And everything the light touches is clearing physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Anything relating to that area you are focusing on. Let there be light flowing through your throat, esophagus, into your stomach, digestive tract. So many people are experiencing digestive challenges at the moment. Let the light just undo anything that is there that's no longer serving. Just unwinding, cleansing, clearing, and purifying. Let there be light flowing through your entire gastrointestinal tract, through the small, large intestine, all the way through to the anus. Your entire eliminative system now being purified. Let there be light flowing into your heart, cardiovascular system, heart muscle, heartbeat, heart rhythm, heart function, all arteries, veins, capillaries, blood, plasma. Beautiful golden light flowing through in your blood as your blood. And let there be light now flowing into your immune system. Upgrading your immune system to contend with everything that is being forced upon us through the air we breathe, food we eat, the water we drink. Connection with those who have been exposed to things that may not be for the highest good of the recipient or those around them. All the while just relaxing. Let there be light flowing into the endocrine system, all endocrine glands, liver, gallbladder, spleen, pancreas, thyroid gland, parathyroid glands, pituitary gland in the brain, pineal gland, hypothalamus. Just relaxing, letting the light flow. Let there be light flowing through your lymphatic system, through all lymph glands, lymph vessels, lymph fluid. So all of the cells are receiving the nutrients of this pure love frequency. And all the byproducts, the waste, just dissolving away. All the while your physical body is opening up to receive more pure love. Let there be light flowing now down into your urinary system, your kidneys, ureters, bladder, urethra. For males, into the prostate gland. Let there be light flowing into reproductive organs, reproductive systems. Let there be light flowing into your entire musculoskeletal system, all muscles, tendons, ligaments, connective tissue, bones, fascia. Just unwinding the twists, contortions, distortions, trauma, just letting go. Everything is being purified as your light comes more into embodiment. Let there be light flowing now through your entire energy system, throughout your body, the meridians, the energy channels. And as the light flows through your meridian system, it is connecting into the Earth's meridian system, the positive energy grid. We're part of Mother Nature as much as she's part of us. Let there be light flowing into every cell in your body and the space between the cells. The light of pure love filling. And working with the old chakra system because things are changing, but just placing your awareness in the crown star about 1 hand width above your head, placing a flame of your own light there. And move to the crown chakra on top of your head, placing another flame of light. Third eye center, connecting to the pineal gland in the brain, placing another flame of light. Throat center, place another flame of light. The thymus center, just below the throat, place another flame of light. Heart center, another flame of light. Solar plexus center, another flame of light. Navel center, another flame of light. The area between the navel and the pubic bone, the sexual center, placing another flame of light. The base center in and around the perineum, place another flame of light. Extending your awareness beneath your feet, about 1 leg length beneath your feet, connecting into the Earth star center, place another flame of light. And now as you simply command, let there be light, each of these flames ignites, cleansing, clearing, purifying all of the aspects relating to those different areas, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Everything is just being purified, upgraded, transformed. All lower frequencies being transmuted now. And as the intensity of these individual flames within the chakras increases, begins to expand and form one unified chakra all around your body. And this unified orb of light expands out throughout all of your energy fields, right out to infinity, to eternity. Cleansing, clearing, purifying, opening, awakening, expanding. Let there be light now flowing into your emotional body, especially the emotional pain body. And as the light blazes through your emotional body, all that's not of love, of joy, is just being completely transformed. Beginning to activate the emotional joy body. Let there be light flowing into the mental body, into the conscious and subconscious mind. And as the light of pure love blazes through the subconscious programming, 90% of which is based on things that are not true, just dissolving away, transmuting all that's not of truth. And it's just naturally happening. Let there be light now flowing into your spiritual bodies through all timelines, all lifetimes, all dimensions, right through to the source. Let there be light now bringing all of your bodies into correct alignment, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, connecting into Mother Nature, Mother Earth. Everything just coming into correct alignment. And now become aware of a blank screen in your mind's eye, like a full movie screen. And you're just going to place on that screen anything that you would like to be clear of, anything that might be troubling you, causing you angst, any resentments, traumas, anything that pops into your mind, pop it up into the screen and then move on to the next thing. And we're asking that everything known and unknown, recognized and unrecognized, that might be adversely impacting on your well-being and health is placed there now. And you can come back to this at any time and place anything else there. And now as you simply affirm, I am the light, let there be light, the screen ignites in this beautiful, consuming gold and white flame, and all of these things are being transmuted. Just letting them go now, creating more space for more love. And as that screen disappears, having completed its purpose, another screen appears in its place. And you're going to place on this screen the things you'd like to experience in your life. This is your life, your creation. How good do you want it to be? Putting those things onto the screen, the ideal relationships, family dynamics, health, prosperity, career, life purpose. Most importantly, the world that we were born to bring in. What's your vision for our world? Peace, prosperity, freedom, love, oneness with nature, reverence and respect for all of life. Whatever's relevant for you, place it on the screen. And again, we're asking that everything known and unknown, recognized and unrecognized, that is waiting to come into manifestation is placed on the screen. And now you simply affirm, I am the light, let there be light, and the screen ignites in this beautiful golden white flame, and all of these things are activated and brought into the perfect alignment to manifest in the correct time, in the perfect way. And as that screen disappears, just becoming more aware of yourself, as the flame of light, as that beautiful sound frequency of your own unique song within the silence, within the stillness, within your heart, fully aware of yourself, listening to my voice, seated wherever you are. And beginning to breathe more consciously. And when you're ready, you can gently start to move and open your eyes. Ooh. Yep.
Beautiful. Excuse me. Oh, that was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm.
And that's really a beautiful process to help us remember the power of God. When you connect in that level of the light as the light, that's the truth.
Mm.
The close to when Jesus came to it, I am the light and the way. But the most important thing he said was, all that I am, you are also, and more. And that's what people forget. You know, they revere this being as it should be, but it's like, start revering that aspect of yourself as that being of pure light, pure love, and bring that into embodiment. And as you walk in the world, your frequency, your vibration is having an effect on everything that's around you. And it doesn't make you a perfect being, but it makes you a being that's having a profound effect on reality and bringing in the reality that we're all here to experience, which is pure love, connecting with nature, joining together in smaller families of like-minded people, but with such quality of being with each other, and joy.
Absolutely. Oh, we're so blessed, Greg, aren't we? And
Yeah.
thank you so much. A total blessing for everyone that's going to listen to this and is listening to this. And thank you so, so much.
Well, pleasure, absolute privilege to share time with you. And who are watching this, may they be touched with an awareness of how amazing they are.
Absolutely.
Living from that place.
So, Greg, where can people find you? How do people get in touch with you?
My website is www.transhealing.co.nz. Perhaps I can give you the details could put up on screen, or they can reach me on my mobile 021 771313, or email Greg, Greg, at transhealing.co.nz. And if people got questions or guidance or support anyway, please feel free to reach out.
Beautiful. And Facebook, obviously, will be tagging you when we put this out, so people will be able to go there as well and find you there.
Facebook as well. So yeah, it's as I remember doing as part of the One Earth gathering, which was like 1,000,000 years ago down at Tahara, and one of the beautiful beings there, Gabu Ted Thomas, an Aboriginal elder. And whenever we'd finish doing a process together, we'd all join together, he'd get this big impish grin on his face, and we'd all shout, "The best is yet to come."
It so is.
And
The best is yet to come, for sure. It's so very exciting.
Yeah, it is. So yeah,
Beautiful.
have a joy-filled day, and
Yes, thank you. Will do. And thank you so much for saying yes and joining us here. And all the very, very best and much, much love to you, Greg.
oh, thank you. Blessings to everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.